Hi, my name is Lisa Davenport. I am with Lisa Davenport Designs out of Durham, Connecticut. If I could be a lobster or a turtle, I would choose a lobster. I'll admit I love the ocean. I love having my toes in the sand, my face in the sun, and the smell of the salt air. Lobsters also come in every color of the rainbow, except red. That's only when we cook them. So it makes it a pretty unique species, and I, for one, am very unique. It's also said that it's difficult to know the age of a lobster, and I like to keep people guessing myself. My dad always said, "You love what you do, you never work a day of your life." As a child, I was a dreamer. I was always dreaming up great things. How cool is it now that I get to be a visionary? I tell clients all the time, our only limitation is our imaginations. I get to take their dreams and execute it into great possibilities. The best part is when they get to say to me, "I never imagined it would be so fabulous." At the age of 20, I received my associate's degree in commercial art. I discovered very quickly that that was not my cup of tea. I moved on to become a visual merchandiser for a clothing store that had 5 stores here in Connecticut. It was awesome. I got to design the windows, I got to build the sets, and then I got to put them all together and hear all the oohs and ahs. But something was missing. I didn't really know until I made my next step. That was to work for a paint and decorating store. I got to pick out paints and stock window treatments and wallpapers. I wasn't there very long when I came in on a Saturday morning to a customer standing at the counter, bouncing on the edge of her toes with pictures in her hands. A few weeks earlier, I had chosen for her wallpaper and window treatments for her bathroom, and she could not wait to see what it looked like. In the end, I was hooked. I knew that if I could create something fabulous and bring people that much joy, that this is what I was meant to do. My style is comfortable and laid back. Everything I own is distressed, whether I bought it that way or my kids made it that way after years of love. I will admit that I am a big fan of the upcycling movement and industrial look that has been so popular of late. Breathing new life into old items and bringing them into the 21st century is so cool. Mixing them with modern elements, how wonderful is that? My spaces need to reflect my personality. They become conversation starters, and they're never too serious. That first initial meeting with that client is the best meeting. I don't talk, which is really tough for me. They talk, I listen. They tell me about their dreams, what they want in life. Not only what they want in their house, "Lisa, I want to move to Florida in 25 years, or I want a boat," whatever it is. "I want to watch my kids on the soccer field." I get to know who they are. I warm them up a little bit with a welcome packet before I arrive at their house. It has the typical name, address, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I even ask them what their favorite childhood memory is. So they've got to start thinking that this isn't just going to be, let's walk through your house. It's going to be an intimate, getting to know you meeting. I do have them pick up the books and look through all the pictures and make their decisions on what they like on this one and what they like on that one. But really, it's the listening. It's getting to know what they really, really want. Determining my clients' personalities, that actually becomes pretty easy after that first initial meeting. I come back here to my studio, I sit in my big old comfy leather chair and I start to type. I start to feed back to them what they told me, their passions, their desires. Once you really know your client and you know what they want, the design part becomes real easy. Favorite project? Whoa, there are way too many. I love what I do. But there is a project that holds a special place in my heart. That would be the DeBella House. In 2009, it won the Hobie Award for Best Custom Home Built in Connecticut. That 2.5-year project gave me the opportunity to work hand in hand with the architect, the builder, the contractors, and Lucy and Tom. In that project, I was able to showcase my talents for understanding construction, molding details, space planning, my ability to sweet talk a contractor here or two, and make their dream house a reality. They came to me with a picture ripped out of a magazine from Arizona and said, "Can we really build this in Connecticut?" With a little bit of tweaking and a lot of hard work, they got it. Quirky, outside of the box, I've done plenty of those too. But the best one is the one I'm working on right now. I'm taking a 1941 Lincoln Zephyr hood and building a chair out of it. You heard me right, it's a chair. The Lincoln hood will stand on end. The inside of the hood becomes the back of the chair. It's all upholstered in leather. The inside of the hood is painted to match the leather, and the outside is completely restored. I promise you, it's going to be the bomb. The best part about working with my clients is the relationships. We've been through so much together: weddings, bar mitzvahs, graduations, even the smaller stuff. I got a phone call one day because my presence had been requested. I drove 45 minutes out to Sadie and Sue. Pulled into the driveway, and Sadie is jumping like she's got ants in her pants. I rolled down my window and I'm like, "Sadie, what's going on?" She's like, "Miss Lisa, Miss Lisa, Miss Lisa, you gotta see." So I got out of my car, stood in the driveway, and I watched Sadie ride her bike for the second time without her training wheels. First time she did it for Mom, but when she was done, Miss Lisa had to see. You know, it is the relationships. That's the best part. Worst part about working with clients is when they bring in their own contractors. Every designer has a horror story. Let me set the stage. I had installed a beautiful vanity, distressed, red barn, glazed, matching mirror, matching crown, matching casing, and baseboard, all custom finished to match this vanity. The painter was supposed to come in and just paint the walls. A morning job. He should have been gone before lunch. I went away on a business trip. The client called me at the end of the day and said, "The painter just left." I'm thinking to myself, how could that painter have just left? The painter had taken it upon himself to paint all the custom trim, mirror, and vanity white. Because it was a little distressed and beat up, he thought it needed to be fixed. Oh, you they. What is interesting and exciting about being on House Hunters? I want everybody in the nation to check out my great shoes. Seriously. I love working with all kinds of different people, different contractors. Working with a film crew actually seems pretty exciting to me. I've had a little bit of experience, but nothing to this extent. The opportunity to work under the deadlines that you'll create is also pretty exciting. And I'll get to show the nation the fun side of design. Because you know what? It is fun. It's not intimidating. A design challenge that I faced, and how did I overcome it? Many years ago, I was called in to do a consultation for a client. I came through the front door and discovered he was a quadriplegic. I had absolutely no experience in barrier-free design. None. Zilch. When Greg was sitting there, I had to tell him. I said, "Greg, I don't know anything about barrier-free design." He looked at me and he said, "That's exactly why I'm hiring you. I want a house that you and my friends and family will be as comfortable as I am in it." Okay, I said. So I started to learn and read up on barrier-free design, but that wasn't enough. I had to become Greg, in a sense, and start to understand his needs and his wants. I had to have him tell me how difficult it was for him to get to the sink. You know, it forced me to learn how to listen to my clients. Greg actually taught me that listening is the best thing I can do for my clients to create an amazing, amazing interior. You know what? His friends and family are as comfortable as he is when they come to visit. Perspective on design. First thing is, never be too serious. Greg, the last story I told you, he taught me that. You know, it's really got to be a lot of fun. Life is fun. He used to say, right side of the daisies, or any day above ground is a good one. And it really is all about that. When it gets too serious, it's no longer fun. And interior design needs to be fun. It needs to be exciting. Learn something. Expose yourself to things that you would never expose yourself to before. Enjoy it. That's what interior design is. How would my best friend describe me? She'd probably say, Lisa is no pressure. She's the kind of gal that you don't talk for 6 months, she picks up the phone and we never missed a beat. She'd say I am fun, a little corny on occasion. She'd say I have a big heart and that I'm always giving back. But really, I bet you she would say I'm a good listener. She would say that I'm a good mom, I'm a good wife. I love being all those things. I love being a designer. I love being with people. I want to know your story. I want to know what makes you tick, what excites you. Because if I know all that, I can create an amazing space for you.